Have you ever gone shopping and thought that there's nothing out there for you and there's nothing that aligns with your personal style and you've come home empty handed? Or you've gone shopping and you've basically purchased the same thing that you already have in your wardrobe? Well, there's a psychological explanation to that. So today we're going to dive deeper into the subject of the psychology of shopping and how you can change some of your mindsets around shopping to help you explore more for your personal style. So, one aspect of the brain that really impacts our shopping habits is the reticular activating system. Now, the reticular activating system is a part of our brain. It is a network of neurons located in the brainstem that plays a crucial role in attention, awareness, and perception. So think of it as a filter for your brain because every day we are bombarded with so many different senses that we need to filter things out to allow us to focus our attention on what we need to focus on. So if we were to take in everything, then our brains wouldn't be able to process everything all at once. So a great example of this is if you're planning to buy a red Toyota. Suddenly you'll start seeing red Toyotas everywhere. So it's almost like everyone has decided to buy a red Toyota in your area. But the thing is, our brain is now focusing on that one thing. So we're starting to filter out everything else to focus on that. Now, the same thing happens when we go shopping. So, if you love a particular style of a top, say it is a t shirt that's cut a certain way, then when you go shopping, it's almost like your brain filters out all the other types of t shirts that may really look good on you, but you still go for the t shirt that you are used to within your comfort zone, and your brain almost filters everything else out. So that's how your reticular activating system is working when it comes to your style and shopping. That's why I hear from a lot of my clients that they go shopping and they just can't find the things that they want or like. And most of the time, it's because our brains are filtering these pieces out. So, how do we actually work with our reticular activating system when it comes to personal style? Now, the first step is to push yourself out of your comfort zone. Because if you don't push yourself out of your comfort zone, you're still going to gravitate towards those same pieces. And what often happens is you'll go into your wardrobe and feel like you have nothing to wear because everything is the same. So, to avoid that, you need to go in with a mindset where you are willing to try things on, even if it's something that you've never tried on before, something that you think may not look good on you. You need to force yourself to try it because unless you break that neural pathway where you're continuously gravitating or choosing the same thing, then you're not going to go and explore the rest of your personal style. And you'll almost remain a little bit stuck in a style rut. So I encourage you to go to the shops and just try something completely different out of your comfort zone. And that's what a stylist usually does. They will go and choose pieces that you would have never chosen for yourself. So I encourage you to play a role of a stylist in a way when you go shopping next and do that for yourself. Now, the other important factor is awareness because without that awareness, then you don't really have a starting point. And with any goal or any change, it's always good to have awareness of what your actual starting point is. So have a look in your wardrobe and do a bit of a observational analysis and see if there are any pieces you've got there that you just keep buying and see if you can recognize those patterns. Maybe you have the same cut t shirt in five different colors. Maybe you keep going to the same pant style over and over again. And these pieces may or may not be serving you. They may be part of your personal style, or they may just be pieces that you've gotten used to buying. So, having that level of awareness too is a great place to start. The next thing we want to do is really see if we can train our brain to start noticing other pieces that may align with our personal style. So, going back to some of my previous episodes where I talk about your style words and really thinking about what your personal style actually is. Now, this is going to be helpful in the sense that once you go through that discovery process of my personal style is, say, for me, classic. Classic and minimal are some of my style words. So that means that when I go shopping, then I will start looking for pieces that fit within that classic and minimal realm. Now, these words will mean something completely different for me versus something classic for you. So, to help put this into a visual mode, I like to use tools such as Pinterest to help me determine what classic actually looks like. Then, when I go shopping, I can see those pieces now that fit in with that classic style word. So, this whole process helps you really open up your visual cues when you go shopping because then you'll start noticing those pieces that are hanging on the rack or on display that you would have never gone for, but you'll start to pick them up, try them on, and see how they feel. And with style, remember, it's all about experimentation and it's all about having fun. So there's no right or wrong. So don't worry because firstly, you don't have to purchase these pieces. Trying them on is completely fine. So never feel pressured to purchase these pieces. And it's about having fun and enjoying the process. So don't get too hung up on the process. Just let it all go and just have a good time. So, over time, you'll be training your reticular activating system to start looking for things that are more aligned to your personal style. And over time, this will allow you to actually get to a space where you're not continuously purchasing pieces that may not be aligned to your true, authentic personal style because you'll start filtering them out. And this is especially true with trends. So, if trends are something that you really like incorporating into your personal style, then having a mantra or an affirmation where you say, I love having the latest trendy pieces in my wardrobe to express my style, then you'll start gravitating towards those trendy pieces when you do go shopping. But if you have a minimalist aesthetic like myself, where you like to keep things more on the classic side, then having that mantra will then allow you to filter out those trendy pieces going forward. So it will actually help you make better shopping decisions when you realize that your reticular activating system can be trained. It's not just a default way of doing things. It is habitual at the start, but those habits can change over time. So, really, there is an explanation as to why we keep buying the things that we buy. And the most empowering point about all of this is that it's something that we can always change and something that always evolves. And having that level of awareness of some of the habitual patterns that you are in is always the best place to start. I hope this episode has been helpful and interesting when it comes to your personal style and how psychology can impact it. And I would love to hear any other episode requests that you may have when it comes to your personal style journey. So please feel free to DM me on Instagram at any time. And I hope that you have a beautiful day. And I look forward to catching you next week with another episode. Bye.